Hello everyone. Today I'll show you how to create and deploy a Kubernetes cluster on the Sangfor Cloud Platform. We continue right after uploading the cluster packages. On the left, click on Cluster Management and then you will notice that the cluster list is empty. And then click on New Cluster. Now let's start our cluster configuration. Go ahead and enter a unique cluster name because it cannot be changed later. For the alias, it's optional. Select the resource pool where this cluster will run. This determines which ACE resources will host your nodes. For the Kubernetes version, choose the Kubernetes package we uploaded. This sets the Kubernetes version and packages that will be installed on the cluster. For the cluster VIP is the virtual IP address used to access the Kubernetes control plane. So pick an IP address in your business network that is reserved and free, reachable by your users and load balancers, and does not conflict with the SKE or SCP management interface, because the VIP is how you reach the cluster APIs. For the container network interface, controls pod networking inside the cluster. Keep the default CNI option provided by your packages. It provides pod-to-pod routing and service network for containers. You don't usually need to change this unless you have an advanced networking plan. For the container network, leave the default pod CIDR and service CIDR unless your network team gave you specific ranges so they do not overlap with any existing subnet in your environment. Click Next to move on to the node settings. For the controller node image, select the Kubernetes cluster template image we uploaded earlier. For the node name prefix, enter a short prefix. And for the initial number field, this is the starting index for node names. The system will name nodes sequentially. Choose the number of controller nodes. For production, 3 controllers is recommended for high availability. For development or test, 1 controller is acceptable. For controller node specification and storage, select node spec based on your expected workload. For storage performance, pick the tag that matches your storage tiers. For the disk field, system and etcd disk size are preset. The data disk size can usually be adjusted if needed. etcd stores cluster states, so prefer reliable storage for controllers. Worker nodes fields are similar to controller. Configure based on the application load you expect, because worker nodes run the actual workloads. And then click Next to move on to the node network. Here we have 2 options for the network mode: multiplexing and isolation. You might be wondering which one do I choose. For multiplexing, management and business traffic share the same interface, easy to set up and fine for development tests. And for the isolation, management and business use separate interfaces, recommended for production and better security and performance. Wherever you choose, make sure the management interface can reach the SKE and internal communication interface. Also ensure the cluster management IP is not in the same CIDR as the SKE management IP. For the selected network device, specify a net mask matching that subnet, a gateway IP that would be the router for the subnet. IP range for the cluster, it should be a block of addresses for nodes and services, and the preferred and alternate DNS should be different from each other. Double check these values, they must not overlap with the SKE management or SCP management network and must be routed correctly, because any mistake will make the deployment fail. Click Next to review all configuration details on the confirmation page, and when you are ready, click on Finish. You can see now it's loading and it says deployment. SCP will now create the VMs for the cluster and initialize Kubernetes. This can take several minutes. You will see the cluster state move from deployment to running when it's finished. And that's it, your Kubernetes cluster is now being created on the SCP. And that's it for today's video. I will see you in the next one.